Good evening, one and all, present in this virtual session on redefining libraries with digital tools. Today it is day fifth, and I hope that you all are enjoying the sessions taken by different distinguished speakers. They have given enough input to use in our library uh, for making our library services better and better to provide better services to our library patrons. I am really thankful to all the participants who have taken active participation in this international workshop on redefining libraries with digital tools. In continuation, we are going to have another very useful session today on the plagiarism and its different tools. Uh, Plagiarism, as we all know, that research is a very complex process which involves a lot of procedure to conclude any research output. And plagiarism is one of the, you can say, very complicated issue because when we do research writing, when we complete our research work, we go through different literature, we go through different work of other the researcher, and that time we have to be very careful that how we can reduce the plagiarism in our research writing. For this work, we have different tools available in the market, and since the AI also has come in the picture, so there are many artificial intelligence tools which are very much helpful to reduce the similarity or the percentage involved in our research writing as far as plagiarism is concerned. So on this occasion, we have with us very distinguished speaker, Dr. Iranna Shettar, who will be talking in detail about different plagiarism detection tools and how we can use those tools for making our library resources and services and making our library services, especially for the research using these tools. So I request all the participants to please join my hand to welcome Dr. Iranna Shettar. We all welcome you, sir, to this virtual session on redefining libraries with digital tools. And before I hand over the session to Dr. Shettar, I would like to brief about him. Dr. Iranna Shettar is a deputy librarian currently working in the National Institute of Technology, Warangal, and serving in the capacity of librarian in charge of the Central Library. So, first of all, sir, please accept our congratulations for becoming the in charge of Central Library. He is also having more than 18 years of extensive experience in the field of library and information science, working with NIT Warangal, NIT Surathkal Karnataka, TCS Mumbai, and IGIDR Mumbai. To his credit, he has published more than 45 research papers in various national and international reputed journals and conferences, also edited two books and four conference volumes and delivered more than 40 invited lectures at the different forums. He has also been invited by other libraries of different countries such as Indonesia, Thailand, Sri Lanka to deliver his case studies on best practices for promoting e-resources in higher educational institutes. He has also been the recipient of different awards such as Hosla TIFR Best Paper Award in 2016, ILA PV Varghese Best Paper Award in 2021, and in addition to this, he has also received several other awards for his academic and social contributions. So it is really, we are fortunate, sir, to have you on this virtual session. Without taking much of time, first of all, I would like to express our sincere thanks, sir, for accepting our invitation to deliver talk today. On behalf of all the participants and my own behalf, I really thank you, sir, and I request you to please take over the session to deliver the talk. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. First, good evening, all the participants, my seniors, friends. Let me start my session with thanking Dr. Tripathi sir and Librarian Guide in particular for inviting me to deliver a little know-how about the plagiarism detection tools. So let me start with my presentation. Sir, just confirm me whether my PPT is visible.
Not yet, sir. You just please share the first. You just share, then it will come to dashboard.
Okay, just a second.
At the bottom there is a.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
now it
yes.
has come. Yes, it has
Yeah.
come.
Mhm.
Now it is
Thank you, sir.
visible, sir.
Okay, friends, today we are getting to know about the plagiarism detection software tools as a part of this series. Uh, as we being the librarians, we are also involved in a lot of plagiarism related works in our institutes, as well as we are also research authors. So this plagiarism detection software tools are very much important for us to execute our job as well as execute our passion to publish the research papers. Okay, so before we start, let us try to understand what are the different academic writings we undergo. Okay, we undertake conference papers, we publish journal articles, book chapters, reviews, editorials, research reports, and books sometimes. Okay, so these are the different academic writings we where we get
Sir,
involved.
your sorry to interrupt. Your slides are not moving.
Not moving, sir.
Uh, I think you just go in the slideshow mode.
Okay, let me share the entire screen then.
Yes, yes, that will be better.
Now it is
Now
moving,
it
sir.
is. Yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
it is
okay,
moving.
okay. So these are the different academic writings where we undertake for publishing our knowledge or new things. So So why we publish as an author, as a researcher, these are the different reasons why we undertake research publication. One is the dissemination of our knowledge. As a librarian, we are disseminating it through sharing the books, information, resources, and all other things. But as an author, the dissemination of information is the first choice for 54% of our authors. And career prospects also. Now, as you people know, for the any researcher, compulsion has been removed to publish the papers. But however, for your career point of view, for your promotions and all other things, you have to undertake a research publication. So 20% of authors have chosen that career prospects they want to publish. Improved funding is a third most chosen motivational point for any of the authors. Ego as a knowledge ambassador, ego is also very important point to motivate an author to publish their research, patent protection, and other similar such these things. So this is one cartoon I very much impressed with this thing. As a librarian, also you will agree with this. This is well written article, but where are the references and bibliography? Why references and bibliographies are very important? To avoid a plagiarism, the references and a bibliography plays a very vital role. How we'll get to know in a detailed slides. So before we start, plagiarism is a kind of a ethics. So what is ethics? Ethics are a values concerned with a, what is good for an individual or a society, and it is a branch of knowledge that deals with the moral principles that govern a person's behavior or conducting of an activity. And the ethics involves systematizing, defending, and recommending concepts of right and wrong behavior. Okay, so what are the different ethics we have to follow? See, integrity, moral principles, honesty, right, responsibility, fairness, conscience, choice, honor, value, all these are called ethics. Okay, so these ethics also play an important role in a research. Why and how? Will let know. Ethics is an integral part of research which stops the researcher from committing errors. Okay, so it helps you to avoid committing errors, and it also promotes essential values that help researchers seek knowledge and truth, because at the end of the day, the research is finding a new knowledge or a new truth. So, ethics in research helps to increase the reliability of research. It will help to build up a confidence in the research work done and find results. And ethics support social and moral values by not doing harm to others while conducting research. Okay, so violation of ethics in research and publication, these are the most common ones. So, which are uh, which are considered as one of the few of the global problems involved in research publications, but these are very limited, which are duplicate submission, multiple submission, plagiarism, gift authorship, ghost authorship, pressured authorship, fake affiliation, salami publication, and a fraud, which is also called as fabrication and falsification. But however, we are going to concentrate on a plagiarism now. Okay, so what is plagiarism? Plagiarism is a snake, always tempting writers, editors, artists, storytellers, poets, filmmakers, fashion designers, architects, software engineers, researchers, students, and all other human beings who are involved in creative area. So, in the contemporary world, many vice chancellors, directors of the research councils, journalists, famed researchers have been found guilty for this crime. It might be tempting. Many of the young beginners in a research, they tempt to get into plagiarism. But today you might be getting into plagiarism. You may avoid those things. You will just will not get into catch up, but in future there are cases where the director of the premier institutes, vice chancellor of the premier universities, and scientists in the premier research organizations have lost their job. Once they come into limelight, the crime which you have undertaken today may ask you to pay in a future. So please avoid plagiarism. So just we'll try to get to know about the origin of plagiarism. The originated from plagiary, which is a Latin word which means kidnapping. And when it goes to the history, it is not clear when the plagiarism word has been got into English language. However, it is widely believed that in 1601, when an author Ben Jonson used the word plagiary to describe a literary theft. It is the first attempt to identify plagiarism in any of the literature. Okay. By the 1755, the word plagiarism was included in Samuel Johnson's dictionary. Okay. What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is the appropriation of another person's ideas, processes, results, or words without giving appropriate credit. You please remember the cartoon which was shown in the beginning, where it clearly says the well written article, but it misses the references and a bibliography. If the bibliography or references are appropriate, it could have been not considered as a plagiarism. So it is very important to understand what is plagiarism and how to avoid these things. So plagiarism is a crime for any law of land, so try to avoid this thing. And we'll try to understand the plagiarism and its dimensions. Plagiarism is a serious problem that has grown during the recent years. Why recent year? Although the history shows 16th or 17th century also we have understood evidences of the plagiarism. However, it has become a very easier now because of the improved ability to distribute and gather, study, or research related materials via internet. Internet has made it very easy, and whatever information is shared through internet is digitally convertible, so it is very easy to find and very easy to control C and control V. That's why it has become a very serious threat in a research era. Okay, the plagiarism problem has a several dimensions. So few of them which are considered as a very important as a researcher point of view. The plagiarism constitutes a direct threat to the quality of education and science. A degree shall correspond to the knowledge and a skill of student, attributes that can't be acquired through cheating, because the education or a science, it is going a road, a way towards a truth, a way towards the knowledge, cannot be attributed with the cheating. Okay, plagiarism undermines the trust that the world put into education and science, which in turn is a threat to academic integrity. Okay, the world believe in science, the world believe in education system. If the both of them get into plagiarism, so it will be a threat to a, a trust that world has put into education and science. And plagiarism is a violation of author's copyright. Okay, the moment you undertake a plagiarism, you are violating a copyright of an author. So these are the few dimensions of plagiarism. Before we start plagiarism detection, plagiarism is a common and often misunderstood problem, often resulting from a lack of knowledge and a skill. Most of us believe plagiarism is a technical issue. No, it can't be a technical issue, because plagiarism is a ethical issue. When you are into education, when you are into science, when you are into research, a plagiarism is should be considered as a ethical issue. The moment a plagiarism tool helps you to find, it doesn't mean that it's a technical issue, it is a ethical issue. Okay, so the few of the reasons why plagiarism occurs is lack of understanding about plagiarism, how it happens, why it happens, and lack of understanding about research ethics, UGC or any higher educational bodies policies and procedures, information literacy about e-resources, and anti-plagiarism software tools. So this is a one UGC regulation of 2018, which is promotion of academic integrity and prevention of plagiarism in higher educational institutes. Okay, the similarity checks of a plagiarism shall exclude the following: all quoted work reproduced with all necessary permission and or attributions. See, most of the times a researcher cannot go to each and every author for a necessary permission to use their content, but there is a aid for you people, you can attribute it properly. Okay, all the references, bibliography and table of content, preface and acknowledgements should be excluded. All generic terms, laws, standard symbols and standard equations can be excluded. So few of the example what can be excluded according to this uh, regulation is, you can see here, we have used a content from a article. There is a first author 1, who has used it, the content from a article by Dr. Pujar and Dr. Tarsad on a MOOCs. Okay, he has used the same line as it is, and there is an author 2 who has used those similar lines but with a quotation mark. The moment you use the quotation mark and you also give the citation, it should be excluded according to the 2018 regulation of UGC. If you are using without quotation, but however you are attributed a citation, then also it cannot be considered for the exclusion. It will be considered for the similarity index. Okay. So one more example, the formulas, mathematical formula. You cannot create your own mathematical formula. We have to use a same mathematical formula which has been in use from a decades or from centuries. For example, for to calculate compound annual growth rate, I cannot create my own. So that regulation exclude this formula also, not to consider for the plagiarism detection. Okay. So general ledger accounting and electronic component symbols. So these are the symbols. So these can also be excluded according to that regulations. And there are common knowledge in the sense sun rises in the east. Okay, to avoid this plagiarism, I cannot say sun rises from west because sun rises always from the east. So this is called as common knowledge. So this also can be considered for exclusion when we are calculating a plagiarism percentage. Okay. Similarly, bibliography is also very common. Even Copyright Act, if I want to quote something from this Copyright Act of 1957, and this is a government publication, it is on a public domain. So your plagiarism detection software may identify, but as an individual research, you should exclude these things. Okay. So UGC also talks about a self plagiarism. Okay. So what kind of a self plagiarism is considered as a excluded, and all other things also been uh, regulated by the UGC. You people can go through this public notice on a self plagiarism. Okay. So let us understand what are the different kind of a plagiarism incidents. Okay, so this is by the Turnitin. They have listed around 12 plagiarism types. Those are called inadvertent plagiarism, which is forgetting to properly cite or quote a source of unintentional paraphrasing. Okay, student collusion, paraphrase plagiarism, word for word plagiarism, computer code plagiarism, self plagiarism, source based plagiarism, mosaic plagiarism, manual text modification, data plagiarism, software based text modification, and contract cheating. These are the different plagiarism types which are identified by the Turnitin. Some are treated as a minor plagiarisms, and some are treated as a major plagiarism issues, such as data plagiarism, software based text modification, where Dr. Tripathi just mentioned the AI tools are being used to publish a new research paper. So those are called as a serious plagiarism issues. Okay. But however, whether it is a minute or a major plagiarism issue, let's not get into plagiarism at all. Okay. So let us try to understand the anti-plagiarism software tools. Okay. So these are also called as a plagiarism detection software tools. So plagiarism detection or a content similarity detection is the process of locating instances of a plagiarism and or copyright infringement within a work or a document. Okay. So the moment you end up with a plagiarism, it is also can be treated as a plagiarism infringement. Okay. So both are similar, but however, there is a minute difference will be there. We'll try to understand those things also. So human detection is the most traditional form of identifying plagiarism from the written work. Before the invention of these plagiarism detection tools, that was a teacher used to be a human detector to identify the plagiarism. Okay. And these plagiarism detection tools are nothing but a text matching software. Okay. Why text matching software? because these software does not actually detect plagiarism. Okay, there is nothing called detecting plagiarism, but instead it finds specific passages of a text in a document that match text from another document. Okay, so it is plagiarism means it does not identify a plagiarism which is paraphrased also sometimes. Okay, but it matches a text from a original sources or a different sources, so it goes for the text similarity matching. Okay, so advantages of these plagiarism detection software tools is it provides you a instant feedback, helps in identifying the plagiarism, engages researchers to make concerted efforts to improve the research writing, identifies the different words which have been added, deleted, or are substituted, and it does citation verification also. Okay, how it is going to do and all other things we are going to understand in the next few slides. But however, these plagiarism detection softwares will help you to correct your research piece, the research publication which you want to publish. These tools will help you to correct those instances where plagiarism has been identified. So there are a few of the limitations also there. For example, these plagiarism detection software tools cannot identify plagiarism from the non-online sources. For example, a book published before a pre-independent, which is not digitized and which is not available on the internet, cannot be traced because it is only available in a libraries. Okay, and it has a problems with the mathematical formula. Okay, sometimes it identifies, sometimes it won't. Distorts the format of a original documents. For example, graphs and images will not be detected for the plagiarism, and it does not differentiate between quoted material and original writing at a times, because as I told, these are work on a text matching tools, so that's why it doesn't know whether it is quoted or whether it is not quoted. Okay, so sometimes even whether you are properly cited and you are used it in the quotation marks also, it will show it as a plagiarized content. So at the end of the day, a researcher has to identify what can be excluded, what should be included while counting the plagiarism. Okay, so there are different types of anti-plagiarism software tools, because anti-plagiarism software tools cannot stop or prevent plagiarism. However, it find and detect the sources of content which are matching. Okay, so different types means there are fully free, there are freemium, where some modules are free, some modules have to be paid. Okay, and the third types are paid and commercial ones. Okay, so we'll try to understand, because all are not well versed with having a paid or commercial software, plagiarism detection software, because there might be an independent researcher, or there might be a college librarian or a college faculty who want to undertake his content for plagiarism, but he is not supported with the paid or commercial this plagiarism detection softwares. So there are a lot of fully free detection softwares are there, but they have their own limitations. But however, as an alternative, because sometimes what happens now, as a researcher, if you go to your college or universities, so it has that service might be a paid one, a service might be a paid one to get your research piece for the plagiarism detection. So in that case, at a primary level, you can use these freemium and fully free plagiarism detection tools, so can you can avoid certain percentage of a plagiarism using these free and freemium plagiarism detection software tools. So the first one is a plagiarism checker, which is free, which is available in this particular URL. You can note it down. It has got its own limitation, which is only restricts up to 1000 words per search. Okay, and it exclude a specific URL, and it supports a different types such as text, txt, docx, odt, pdf, rtf, etc. One can use this also to at a initial stages of your research publication for a plagiarism check. The second one is DupliChecker. Okay, DupliChecker is also has a 1000 words limit per search. It also support a different file formats. The one best thing is if you are a blog writer, or else if you are writing web content for your library or for your institute, by using the URL, you can check the plagiarism with the your website URL. Okay, this is one wonderful feature on this particular platform. So if you are a blog writer, once you publish, you can check for the plagiarism. If any plagiarism has been identified, you can correct it. Okay, because all these blogs or the web pages, edit option will be there, so you can correct yourself. Plagiarism is one more. So it helps you to paste, check and check plagiarism via web page URL also. And it also helps to upload the files. Okay. So this is also one best thing. And it also supports a content from 190 plus languages. Okay. So few of the Indian languages are very supportive, where the content is in a Unicode language. So you can use it for any vernacular language plagiarism detection, and it will also help you to upload the files. Okay. So this is also one more called search engine reports. This is very wonderful free plagiarism software, where you can check up to 1000 words at a one time. You can see the plagiarism percentage. You can see what is the unique percentage. Okay. Then sometimes it also helps you to identify so where it is coming from. Okay. If it is available openly, so it will help you to get into where from where the content is coming. Okay, where from where the content has been copied also it can show you, just like any commercial software, but the restriction is 1000 words one at a one time. Okay, this is also one more called edubird. This is also wonderful free plagiarism checker, which also shows you different sources from the where it is coming from and where it is being copied and what is the percentage and all. You can see the plagiarism percentage is 56. Okay, so it will help you to identify those things also. If your source or a citation is missing, you can directly get it from there. You can cite those sources. You can see here cite source button is there. The moment you click here, so it will give you the citation of those particular web pages. So it will help you to put them into at the end of your paper as a references. Okay, so this is here we came freemium. Freemium means, as I told, few models are free and few models are a premium versions. For those things you have to pay. The first one is plagiarism.com. Okay, it is a free plagiarism checker for teachers. Okay, a teacher with the institute ID. One should have a institute ID, not with your Gmail and all. It won't work. If you have your institute's personal email ID, you can register here, and a teacher can check up to 20 documents and see up to 20 similarity reports per month for free. Okay, so here also you can upload the document for free. Okay, it also shows you the artificial intelligence technology, how much artificial technology content has been involved in this particular piece of publication. So all those things can be traced from this particular source. The second one is Plagium, this again has a free up to 1000 words, and multi-time it supports multi-time searches. Okay, but when it comes for the premium, this thing, it is paid. The payment is minimal of 2 rupees per page. Okay, so what are the other different supporting features? You can go through this. Okay, so this one also shows you a percentage. Okay, you can see here similarity, how much percentage and all from which source. Okay, this is a source, this is a source, and this is a percentage. Okay, so these things can also helpful for you at the beginning of your first versions of your research papers. This is also paper rater. This is also freemium one. You can see here what all the basic version helps you. Basic version with the 5 pages per submission and 50 submissions per month, and plagiarism check per month is only 10. Okay, so which is free of charge, and for the remaining these things you have to pay. Okay, the quick text is also a freemium, where the restriction is 500 words for free, and website citation generator also, and citation assistance. You can see here. So it will, whenever you check for a free these things, if a original source has been identified, the tool itself will generate a citation in various different citation forms. Okay, so the next one is plagiarism checker X. This is also freemium. Okay, this is a software based and app based, and you can see here it also gives a lot of supportive statistics. What is the percentage of the similarities, total words which are checked, and from how many sources a content is coming, and what is the percentage of the sources. You can see here. So different sources, by clicking on these also you can land up into the original sources. Okay, so these here it comes the paid and commercial ones. CopyLeaks is the one paid and commercial, which supports multi-language capacity. Compare two files, which is very much important when you are comparing with the version 1 with the version 2. So you can use this particular tool to compare between the two different files. Okay, what is the percentage and all other things. Okay, download and share reports, website comparison, and multiple file formats. Okay, the second one is CFP, check for flag. This is also a paid and commercial, which is a Indian origin. You can see, and it supports a lot of Indian languages. Okay, you can go to their website and you can identify whether your own vernacular language can support it or not. Okay, so however I tested it for Kannada language, which shows the percentage and all other things. You can see here. So these are the different files uploaded. You can see what is the percentage. So here it is only 8% plagiarism. For the second file it is 29.17, and for the third file it is 43%. Okay, and different sources where the content is coming from. So for this particular file you can see the content of 0.786% of a content is coming from this particular URL. The others are from coming from this, and it also shows you the color code and all other things. Okay, so you can also see the similarity percentage here and a grade and all other things. Okay, and here we came the highly used plagiarism detection softwares in India. Okay, the first one is Turnitin, the second one is iThenticate, the third one is Ouriginal, which is also known as a Urkund earlier, but since October 2023 onwards, the Inflibnet has stopped subscription for this, and many universities now they are using DrillBit. But however, there might be a few of universities, the private universities and the institutes, which might have subscribed to this original software. That's why we are also covering this thing. The fourth one is DrillBit, which is also called as a Show the Suddhi. Show the Suddhi is a portal which is enabled by the Infliblade Center. From there, you can land up into DrillBit software, which is a currently being used by most of the government institutes or universities. Okay, so here it comes for the Turnitin URL. Many of you know. So this is how it looks like. The moment you click login, so it will open up like this. You have to enter login ID and password. Okay, once you click on a login, you land up like this. So sorry, it will be land up like this. Okay, from here you have to click for a submit button here. Okay, so it will open up a page like this where you can make an entry such as author first name, last name, submission title, then select a file which you want to undertake a plagiarism detection, then click on a upload button here. Okay, so the moment you click on upload, it will show you a basic information of that particular document which is being uploaded. For example, author, name, and all other things. These all are entered by you people. So these three. Then file name, the file size, the page count, word count, and a character count. You have to confirm here to submit this for a plagiarism detection. Okay. Once you submit, what will happen is it will take few times and it will show you the similarity percentage. Okay, so here similarity percentage also has a color code. For example, if your document does not have any matching words, then it shows in a blue color. Okay, if the similarity index is 1 to 24%, it will show in a green color. You can see here, see here, see here. And 25 to 49%, it will show in a yellow color, and 50 to 74% orange color. And if something is in between 75 to 100, it will show as a red color. Okay, so there are a few alerts such as you can identify here. There is a alert. Okay, so the moment you click here, it will show the high bibliographic exclusion. A large proportion of this paper is comprised of a quoted material that has been excluded as an assignment setting. You can re-include bibliographic materials in a assessment setting. The setting and all other things I will show you, but however this particular indicates a high percentage of a bibliographic exclusion. Okay, here also you can see a flags. Okay, these flags, especially when a content which is uploaded from the science and technology, where a mathematical equations, scientific indicators are being used, so then it shows a flag. Flag means alert. Okay, so replaced character found. Okay, character which is not in a common will be indicated here. The moment you click on that flag, it will show you like this. Okay, for example, you can see here. Okay, see, these are uncommon words or characters. Okay, but when it for the science and technology, especially for the chemistry, chemical engineering, material sciences, they use such formulas or a material indicators. Okay, so it will show you what might be the percentage and all other things. So 52 suspect characters on a third page number 13, and how many are from Latin? Common are 49, Greek are 3. Okay, so it also shows you the how many flags are identified. Okay, If it is a repetitive, it will not consider. But if a new special character comes, it will be counts as a +1. Okay, so these things also helps you. And the moment you click on these options, okay, this helps you to upload, download, remove from inbox, or a request permanent deletion. So these options are these. So let's try to understand how Turnitin report looks like. For this particular example, the similarity percentage is 69. Okay, for this particular file which we have uploaded for the testing purpose, it is 69. And out of the 69 percentage, 11% is coming from a particular source which is submitted a thesis of a student to a particular university. Okay, so second is also it is some university, it has been uploaded. The moment you click here, it will land up into the original sources if it is openly available. You can also see a 13, 16. So these are the numbers. Okay, so 13 number if you go, so this is particular piece of information is coming from the source which is indexed as a 13, number 13. Okay, so when this particular indicator, when it showed high percentage of bibliographic exclusion, so where we can exclude those things. Okay, see here the filters, this particular indicator, this symbol indicates the filter and settings. Okay, so it, you can choose exclude quotes, you can choose exclude bibliography, you can choose exclude sources less than. So why 14 has been chosen here? Because UGC regulation of 2018 says up to 14 continuous word can be excluded. It cannot be treated as a plagiarism. So +1 will be plagiarism. Okay, so that's why we excluded plagiarism. And that particular regulation also says exclude quotes and exclude bibliography. So this is according to UGC regulation of 2018. But however, if you are submitting it to any journal or any publisher, for example, the moment you go for the science and technology publishers such as Science Direct, Springer, IEEE, this number goes down. Okay, some of the journals exclude only up to 5 words, some allows up to 10 words. Okay, some will allow exclude bibliography, some won't. Okay, so you have to go with the that publisher or a journal's indicator or their instructions. Okay, the moment if you have uploaded it for any of your scholars or faculty, you can download a report like this and you can share with the authors. Okay, here it comes the second plagiarism detection software tool which we are undertaking know-how is called iThenticate. This is iThenticate URL. And why iThenticate is very important. If you are a journal, if you want to publish your research paper in a journals of a premier publishers such as Science Direct, IEEE, Springer, Wiley, all these publishers, mostly they use iThenticate to detect the plagiarism. Okay, so you can go to any of these publishers, you can identify which tool they are going to use. If it is a iThenticate, you can use iThenticate also. Okay, so how it looks and feel and all other things, we'll just go through it. You can see here, see elsewhere uses Future Academy, okay, 4OR, IOP Science, all these publishers, the major publishers, they use iThenticate. You can see here iThenticate. They also use iThenticate. Okay, so you can use iThenticate when you are publishing. This is also being governed by the Turnitin only, but this is a different platform. Okay, so there will be a little bit of a feature differences are there. Otherwise, both works as similarly. So this is how I authenticate look and feel is there. The moment you log in, you have a different options such as upload a file. If you are undertaking a conference and you want to test it for whole bunch of papers which you have received, you can zip the files and you can upload. You can cut and paste. As I told, sometimes version to version, if you want to check, you can check for a doc to doc comparison. You can upload both the documents, which is very recently being introduced in iAuthenticate to verify the version to version. Okay, you can also see here it shows you the date of uploading, percentage, who is the author, what is the title, and all other things. So this is the moment you click on upload file. So this is how it opens. Similar to Turnitin, it asks for the author first name, author last name, document title, and all other things. You have to select. The moment you click on choose file, it will open up. So you have to choose the file. Then you have to open and submit. The moment you submit, it will take few minutes of a time and it gives you a report. So this has been tested recently. You can see the particular piece of document which I uploaded in shows a 68 percentage of a plagiarism. Okay, so this is how it looks when we open that 68 percentage of a plagiarism. So it is similar to Turnitin. It also gives you the different sources and percentage of a different sources you can see here, and overall percentage you can see here 68 percentage, and settings also you can see the quotes are excluded, bibliographic are also excluded. Okay, so this is similar to Turnitin only. Now it comes for the Ouriginal, which is previously called as a Urkund. So this is how it looks like, their landing page. The moment you log in, you can click on login. You land up in this page. Username and password need to be entered here. Then you have to click on this button to upload any of the file. The moment you click, it will open up a pop-ups page where you can select a file to be tested. You can see here. Then you have to identify, analysis, address, the subject, and a message. The one good feature about this particular platform is it automatically gives you the confirmation receipt. Okay, for example, any of your research scholars has uploaded on your account, it will gives you a receipt that somebody has uploaded. So you can avoid the misuses and all other things. Okay, so email confirmation receipt also you will find. This is a similarity analysis on a portal. You can see similarity here, submission ID and uploading and all other things, the file name and all other things. You can also see the percentage here, similarity percentage. So the moment you click on that similarity report, it will open up like this thing. You can find two different things. There is one is in maroon color, one is in velvet color. You can see the one which is in this particular color is a matching text. Okay, so high similarity content. Okay, these 85% percentage 85 instances are a warning, such as a special characters in a flag. What we get it in a Turnitin, similarly we also get it in a this original report also. Okay, so this is how it looks like. This is a submitted document content. Okay, the where the similarity has come from. Okay, you can see here 72 percentage of a matching text from this submitted document to this original document. You can also find it here, so from where this has been copied. Okay, so this particular piece of information has been copied from an article published in a Taylor and Francis. Okay, so this is how the similarity report of Urkundara original has been shown, and similarly it also shows the warnings for the special characters. And as I told you earlier, this original plagiarism detection software is being provided by the Shodha Suddhi, which is Inflignate initiative, to the 1110 plus universities and institutions till September 30th, 2023. Okay, but however, now it has been replaced with DrillBit Extreme Plagiarism Detection Software. Okay, as a part of Shiva Suddhi initiative. Okay, this particular feature is provided to the central universities, state universities, deemed to be universities, private universities, CFTIs, and IUCs of a UGC. This CFTIs include IITs, IIMs, NITs, ICERs, etc. So private universities has to take a membership, deemed universities also has to take a membership, and state and central, everyone has to take a MOU with them. Then they will provide this particular plagiarism detection software. And nowadays, most of the universities, if you are a research scholar, if you are pursuing your PhD, this will be the software being used to detect a similarity report for from 1st of October 2023. Okay, so this is show the Shuddhi platform. You can see here, the moment you enter showthesuddhi.inflignate.ac.in, you will land up here. So you can have to click here, login, DrillBit user, faculty or scholars. This is for admin. Let's not get into discussion of this particular piece of information. Let's get into this. Click on DrillBit user, which is for the faculty and scholars. It will land up like this. Okay, you can see there it will ask you for username and a password. Okay, so the moment you enter username and password, so it will open up like this. You can see the once you log in, this will open like this. Okay, to upload any file, okay, so you need to click here this plus symbol. Okay, this plus symbol can use to create a folder. You can have as many as subfolder. For example, if you want to have a folder for a postgraduate student, if you want to hold a folder for a research scholar, if you want to hold a folder for a faculty separately, you can do that. Okay, so you can click on this particular plus button, then it will open up and it will ask you for this particular information, whether that content is in a regional language, whether the content is in non-English language, whether the content is in English language. Okay, looking at most of us are well versed with the English and we are involved in a research publication in English language majorly. So I am going to take an example of English. But however, if you have your access to this DrillBit, you can test it out for this non-English and a regional language also. Okay, the moment you click for a file upload, it will similarly ask you for the first name, first author name fully, first name and last name, title, okay, guide email address and guide name. Okay, here there is a drop down box. Okay, the moment you click here, it will gives you a lot of option, the what kind of a document you want to upload, whether it is a thesis, whether it is a dissertation, whether it is an article, whether it is an ebook, whether it is a synopsis, whether it is an assignment, whether it is a project work, whether it is a research paper. The moment you select, you can also browse the file from here. Okay, and it has got its own restriction. It will support these file formats only. You can see here it supports PDF, it supports docx, txt, dot x, dot pptx, xlx, WPD, RTF, HTML, ODT, PPT, XLS, PS, text, XML, and TIFF only. And it will also help to upload multiple files. For example, you are a teacher, you want to test a plagiarism of a assignment submitted by your students. You can make a bundle of 15 files or a 15 submissions you can upload at a one go. Okay, and document length up to 800 it supports. Okay, so majoritarily most of the theses are below this percentage, but however any thesis which is having a 800 plus, then you have to split those that thesis and upload it in a two different phases. Okay, and it is also has a restriction of a file size. Okay, it only supports a file with a 100 MB. If the file size is more, then again you have to split it, then upload it. The moment you open up the browse file, it will pop up and it will help you to identify a file to be tested for a similarity. I have selected here tools in libraries. You can see the moment I submit, okay, it will take its own sweet time, but however it also gives you the name, title, okay, the file name, the language which I have chosen, the grammar test also it supports, paper ID, and a submission date and all other things. Okay, you can see here the file uploaded successfully, that indication comes. Okay, after that, after a few minutes of time, it will show you the percentage here. Okay, here also it follows a color codification and all other things, but however you can see here what is the percentage here for our tested document. 20% similarity has been identified. Okay, so the moment you open a report, you can see this is how a report looks like. Similarly, similar to Turnitin or any other plagiarism detection software, it gives you a primary sources where the content is traced. These are the original sources where the content is identified. So the percentage is 3% here. You can see it is also indicated with a color codes as well as supported with a numeric number. Okay, the content number one, which is having a 3% is color in pink. You can see here. So this particular content is coming from this particular source. Okay, to understand this in detail, you can see the moment you open up, so the above is shown is the similarity percentage. Okay, and in most of the cases, in most of the institute, they exclude their own published article, because sometimes what happens now, as a researcher, you might have published a piece of your thesis as an article which might be listed here, so which you want to exclude. So the you can click here and exclude that similar. If you want to exclude a multiple sources, for example 1 2 3 you want to exclude, so then you can use these. Okay, so if the moment you select, it will be excluded from this percentage. Okay, so similarly the excluded content, again you want to include it for the detect this similarity index, you can include multiple sources. The moment you click here, the single source can also be removed from the excluded sources, and it will be included for calculating this particular similarity index. Okay, to view the previous match, you can see the matches of this particular piece, the matched content you can see here. Here also, the moment you click here now, the moment you click, so it will show you the URL from where it has been copied of a original source. This is where it has coming from, this particular piece of information. And if you want to go for the previous highlight, you can go by clicking here. And if you want to go to the next highlight, you can go to the next highlight or a next similarity content by clicking on this particular button. So here also this particular DrillBit software provides you an option. Okay, the moment you click these settings, it will help you to update the settings such as exclude quotes, whether it is yes or no, you can select. Exclude reference or a bibliography. This for this particular percentage, it is by default not excluded. No, excluded is no. That means it is already calculated. So 6% of content is coming from reference and bibliography, which is similarity percentage is below 1%. Okay, and two different sources are identified. And 14 words, as I told, UGC regulation has this 14 words exclusion. So by default, they have put it as a 14 words. Okay, so here also you can see the similarity percentage is 5, which is below 14%, and which is coming from 22 sources. The moment you say yes, exclude below 14 words, so it will calculate it. Okay, and the one good feature in this particular platform is it generates a QR code. For example, if you want to share this similarity report with your guide or with your scholars, you can just scan this QR code with your mobile phone. You can download that report on your mobile phone, which you can share as a email attachment, or nowadays most of us use WhatsApp or a Telegram. Through them also you can share. You can also see a very wonderful feature called AI detection here. So for this particular piece of document which we uploaded for testing purpose, although similarity percentage is only 20, but however the AI percentage is 71. So more than 50% of this particular content is generated, tentatively generated using AI tools. Okay, this is one very good feature which is very much appreciated by the scientists and faculties, which gives you the AI indication. Okay, so you can also share the analysis page link with a guide or supervisor for a review. You can enter their email ID here, then click on share button, so it will be automatically shared. You can also save it for the repository. By default, it cannot be shared. It will be uh, kept as a temporary folder only. But however, if it is the final thesis, and to avoid a future plagiarism from your content, a coordinator of your university may wish to save it in a repository. So the future searches will also check for a similarity in these particular documents also. Okay, you can also see the file submission submission details, such as the folder name, submission date, and all other things. You can see the 11th May it has been tested. What is the title, paper ID, what document type? As I had shown you, it will at the beginning itself it will ask you for the document type, whether it is a research paper or a thesis, dissertation, or something like that. So you can also see the file name. Okay, what is the file name uploaded, file size, character count, word count, total number of sentences, total number of pages, and a total number of lines. So all basic information can be found here. So this is how look and feel is shown here. The moment I want to exclude these things, this particular piece of document currently shows 20% of a similarity, and I am excluding these particular three resources. Okay, the moment I exclude these things, the number came down to 30. Okay, but however, one thing you should notice, still it is showing the AI as 71 percentage only, because the moment if I exclude these things now, it is not going to make any difference over here. Okay, so this is also one very good feature. So here we came for our last slide for the day, how to avoid plagiarism. As a researcher, as a practicing researcher, simply be honest, understand what is plagiarism is and how to detect and avoid it. You have already undergone this training or this session where we try to tell you how to detect plagiarism and how to avoid. Also, in some places, read very carefully guidelines for writing theses, dissertation, research papers, research and result reporting. Most familiarize yourself with the subject and a research area. Must know resources at your disposal. Acknowledge the author of the original work you have used. Know how to cite a source and understand what does not need to be cited, as we have shown in a UGC regulation. So certain common knowledge is mathematical formulas need not to be cited. Okay, and there are a certain sources which have to be cited properly. This particular slide is guidelines given by Dr. Ramesh Gaur sir. So I have taken it from his one of these presentations. So this is a small acknowledgement. This presentation has been prepared using the different sources resources to help the learners and researchers to understand the topic for academic and research use. Wherever possible, the source links have been provided. However, any omission is duly regretted. The presenter acknowledges and thanks to the various content creators and owners whose contents are used in this presentation. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to Tripathi sir for providing me this opportunity to share my little knowledge about these plagiarism detection softwares with you all. Thank you for this opportunity, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir, for your presentation on the different tools available for the detection of the plagiarism. You have thrown lights on the different complicated issues which take place while compiling the research thoughts and also giving the research output. So I am 100% sure that this session will benefit many researchers and all the library professionals who are taking uh, who are involved in research writing or actively doing research work. So this session definitely will help them, and also you have demonstrated step by step that which tool to be used in what way and how to avoid the plagiarism. So I hope that all the participants will definitely take care of the suggestion which you have given to overcome the situation of the plagiarism, especially in research writing. Now I request all the participants that if you have any query or question, so you can add into the chat box, and that will be displayed on the screen, and the distinguished speaker Dr. Setar will take up the question and answer suitable question only to this session. So session is open now for Q&A. If you have any query or question, so you can write now in the chat box.
Please, sir. I'll be
So
happy.
yes, in between, I also would like to mention about this 5 days workshop which we have conducted successfully. Different speakers have given their best input. I request all the participants that you please go through all the videos again whenever you feel comfortable. This is available, and utilize all the experiences which have been shared by all the distinguished speaker, Dr. Ramesh Gaur sir, Dr. Nabi Hassan sir, and Dr. Damien Kurtz from Villanova University, Dr. Iranna Shettar, and all Dr. Sriram Pandey. All they have given their best inputs to make you understand, to create the awareness about the different tools. Now it's our responsibility, your responsibility, that how we make use of these tools in our libraries to enhance our library services. So definitely, if you make use of all these tools in a very systematic way, definitely it is going to make a big change, uh, and all your library users will be very happy to use the resources and services, and also you will be able to provide better services from the library side. So I don't see any question right now in the chat box. So I hope the session which has been taken by you, sir, it was in very detailed. It was very detailed discussion. So I think they are all very satisfied with your session. And in case you are willing to contact, so you can directly contact Iranna, sir. I hope he will not have any issue. He will,
No
whenever
issues.
he is free, he will reply to your query whenever he is free or gets time to
Yeah, please.
reply.
Please feel free to write me at imshutter at gmail.com. Let me share a screen of mine so you can note down it.
Once again, sir is sharing the email ID and his contact number. So
Yeah.
please avoid contacting over phone because he may be busy,
Yes.
but do write mails to him if you have any query or question. So definitely he will reply whenever he is free.
And please
So
avoid asking for the login credentials.
no,
because,
no,
because
that is not allowed also because
yes,
these are all subscribed resources. So login
yes.
credential cannot be given to everyone. You can request your institute authority; they will provide or they will subscribe, so you can get the credential and you can make use of the resources. So, sir, thank you very much once again for accepting our invitation and
Thank you, sir.
delivering a very useful talk for everyone. It is going to be really very useful for the researchers. They will make use of all the tools, and whenever they have any, I think, problem. So these tools will help them to overcome the situation. So, on behalf of all the participants and my own behalf, sir, please accept our sincere thanks to find the valuable time to be with us during this session. Once
Thank
again,
you very
thank
much,
you.
sir. Thank you very much. You are doing a
Thank you, sir.
wonderful job. I always mention it to many of the budding librarians to always go through your channel. Okay, so
Thank you,
your
sir. Thank
internship
you.
program also, I wish it a grand success, which is a very
Thank
wonderful
you.
initiative you have taken it. So I am sure that the budding librarians will take best use of it, sir. Hmm. Thank you very much,
Thank
sir,
you,
for
sir,
this
for your kind
opportunity.
words. Thank you. Good night to
Thank you,
all.
sir.
And
Good night, Dr. Sriram.
one announcement, last announcement. The e-certificate will be issued to all the registered participants. You will receive the certificate in your registered email. So please do not worry. All will get the e-certificate. So good night to all. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. We'll meet again in some other session. Thank you all. Good night and take care of yourself.